Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm giving the weirdest combination of like the femme vibes and like the lumberjack thing. I'm literally just wearing this hat because I can't stand what my hair is doing. I mean, you can see. I mean, this is not great, but what's going on in the back, I can't handle it, and I just want to cut my hair. I don't know why I haven't done it yet, but anyway, so I have like this funky hat on, and I have like my bear and my plaid, and I feel like I'm just giving the weirdest whatever. The point of today's video, this is actually going to be a new series on my channel. I'm going to do this I'm probably going to try to do this maybe like once a month. It's not going to be a super frequent thing because this is going to limit how many of my palettes I get to use, but it's also going to give me the ability to go back and use palettes more, like use specific palettes more. So what this series is going to be, I can't believe that this is happening. Stop it. Anyway, what this series is going to be... No. Can I tuck it? Okay. Okay, how's that? What this series is going to be is 1 week, one palette. So for 7 straight days, a whole damn week, I'm going to be using one palette, and I'm going to try to showcase for you guys all the different things that you can do with the palette. I'm going to talk to you about this look at the end of the video because this is my 7th and final look with the palette. And I'll also tell you what I have on my face and stuff. But I'm going to cut away to footage that I took throughout the week, wearing different looks with the palette. And yeah, you're gonna kind of see all the different things that I did with it. So the palette that I used this week is actually a new palette. So this wasn't like, I didn't like shop my stash. I mean, that's something that I'm going to do in the future, but that's not what I did this week. I'm using a brand new palette. This is the Nomad Cosmetics, you can see my ring light reflected, Verona palette. This is their like Valentine's release. Super beautiful, super lovely, super wonderful, and super versatile. You're going to see that in the video. I mean, I'm maybe not the most imaginative when it comes to eyeshadow looks. In fact, I know that I'm not the most imaginative. I tend to gravitate towards monochromatic stuff, or like, you know, this is generally the same sort of shape that I always do. I don't switch things up too much, but yeah, I just want to show you all the different things that you can do. So let's get into that. Okay, so here's the first look. I'm filming in my bathroom. I'm kind of in a little bit of a rush. I have to get off to work, but I just wanted to show you guys. So for this look, I wanted to do more of the warm toned reds in the palette, and kind of wanted to just show you the difference between the warm toned reds and the more cool toned reds. So I'm gonna also maybe tomorrow do a cool tone red look. But let me just show you which shades I actually used. My phone is in a very precarious spot, but I used this one called Light on the inner, well, I guess I'll show you on this side, on the inner part of my eye, and I actually took it all over my lid. Then I took Love all on like the outer part of the eye, a little bit through the crease. Then I took Quill on the outer part of the eye, and also, or mostly on the outer part of the lid, and also just a little bit through the crease. And then I was going to use this one, Comedy, on the center of the lid, but I swatched it and the base was a little bit more cool and pink. So I ended up going with, from the other side, this gold shade called Moors, which kind of seems like it's going to be kind of green gold, but it doesn't look green on my eyes with this look. So I think it worked. On my inner corner, I'm actually just using my highlighter that I used on my cheeks. It's the multi-chrome highlighter from Kaleidos. Which one did I use? Gifted? No, Prophecy. I think I used Prophecy. Do you see this eyelash? What the hell? But yeah, not the best lighting in the world, but this is look number 1. Hope you like it. Okay, so day 2, look 2. I told you guys that I wanted to do a more sort of cool toned red look. It kind of comes off a lot more pink because a lot of the cool tone shades on this side are more pink, like this one here, this one, that one. But I did go in, I used, I don't even remember if I used rose. I don't think I used rose. So I think I went in with this one first, kind of set down the crease and everything. Kind of like as a transition, but I ended up blowing it out. It got a little wild. I used this one here, balcony. Kind of ran that through the crease a little bit, buffed it out over here. Then from the other side of the palette, I took this shade down here called Dark, which is a deep dark purple. And I used that to deepen up because, you know, going with the more cool toned look, I figured that would be kind of better for what I was doing. Then I did go back in with this guy, what's it called? Light, which is the more cool toned of the sort of mid-toned or mid-depth reds, at least comparatively. And then I just kind of took that one out here and kind of went over a lot of what I did out there just to bring out the more red aspect because it was looking very pink. I mean, it still looks very pink, but and then I took the shimmer here called Romeo. By the way, I love that Romeo is red and Juliet is blue in this palette. I don't know. Screw gender roles. I also appreciate the fact that he's the more fiery, passionate character and she's the more like cool, safe sort of character in the story. I don't know. I don't know if that's what they were thinking, but it makes sense to me. But anyway, I took Romeo all over the lid. And that shadow has a much more kind of red base, so that brought the red to the look, but it has this blue, purple sort of shimmer to it. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see it, kind of. On the inner corner, I just used this shade, the one that I originally took all through the crease and everything, but I went over it with this topper shade called Cupid. This one here, super bright and beautiful. I went over the inner corner with that, and then I also took it on my brow bone. And then on the lower lash line, I just went in with Light, the more cool toned red. And then I just took some of Dark and deepened up out there. And as you can see, I also took a little bit of the topper shade that I used in the inner corner and dragged it across a little bit. I don't know, I like it. What do you think? Do you think I did a good job kind of showing the contrast between the look that I did yesterday with the more warm toned colors and this look today being a lot more cool toned? What do you think? Did I pull it off? Is it too pink? Let me know. Okay, so this is the look for day 3. I feel super rushed today. I'm like, I don't want to get into it right now, but actually, if you saw my video on Wednesday, then you know why I was rushed. But this is the look that I went with. The idea was basically to take, oh no, my eye started watering and like things got funky over here, so just ignore that. But my idea was to take the kind of grayscale shadows and combine them with this beautiful gold. And I mean, that's literally all I used, right? I didn't dip into anything else. I think I just used 4 shadows for this one. Yeah, so just 4 shadows for this one, super simple. I have one of those like hot lip glosses on from Fenty, so. But yeah, I paired it with this nice gold highlighter from Kaleidos. I'm not always the biggest fan of the way that I look with like a really dark smoky eye on. I feel like I look kind of, I don't know, crazy. But I know that other people like that. So I'm not the most comfortable with my look today, but I do think that it's cool, and I like the combination of the grayscale with the gold shimmer. This gold shimmer is gorgeous. But yeah, so this is my Tuesday look. How do you like it? Well, let me tell you the names of the shades. I went in with Tomb, Inferno, Death, and Moors. So that's the whole look. Okay, so we're back in the bathroom for this one. This time I'm actually not wearing any face makeup. I feel like my eyelash just went in my eye. Anyway, for this one I'm not wearing any face makeup. It's super late. I'm gonna be going to bed soon. I didn't want to deal with the struggle of that. I shaved earlier and I didn't want to apply makeup right away because I didn't want to irritate my face, but then it got late, so I don't know. I ended up just doing this look without any face makeup, and honestly, I think it looks fine without the face makeup. I think it looks really good. On camera, I feel like I look yellow here. I don't know what that's about. But I didn't look like that when I was looking at myself in the mirror. So what I did for today's look is actually really fun and surprising because it has like this kind of cute cotton candy thing going on. I don't know if you can, I mean, of course you can see, right? I mean, the camera's definitely picking it up, but I don't know if you noticed. My inner corner is actually pink. So the idea behind this look was originally to be kind of mostly monochromatic blue. I wasn't like married to the idea of doing monochromatic blue, but I wanted to focus on this here. And then we have this really beautiful deep blue matte. So I took this shade, this gray shade, and kind of just blended it all through the crease and everything. And the intention there was to use that to soften the blue as I blended it out. My blend probably isn't exactly perfect. I kind of spent a lot of time doing it, but I don't know. I'm not the best with blending. I wish I could be like those people on Instagram with like the perfect blends. I always get really inspired when I watch like Angela Bright doing her tutorials and stuff, but I can never do it the way that she does it. So I don't know. Why am I holding this like this? Actually, that's not better. It's just not better. How about like this? It's upside down, but so I used that, and then I took this deep blue on the outer corner a little bit through the crease, used the gray to sort of blend it out. Kind of went a little overboard here, so I had to add more gray, but whatever. It was a process, but this is what we ended up with. And then obviously this beautiful blue shimmer is all over my lid. That was like the main thing that I wanted to do for this look. But I realized looking at this cool tone side of the palette that there was no light blue, no like anything on this side of the palette that I could really use for my inner corner, unless I just stuck with that gray. But that wasn't the vibe that I was going for. So I switched on over to this side, took a look at these shades. So I switched to this side and I took a look at these shades, and I mean, this is definitely the lightest one on this side. So I was like, okay, what if I just put that on the inner corner and maybe just leave it at that, have like a little cotton candy thing going on. But I kind of put it down here, but there's no primer on my lower lash line, so you probably can't even really tell that it's there. But I then decided that I would top it with this kind of duochrome topper shimmer to get that kind of blue. It's a blue-pink duochrome, so I wanted to get that like blue thing going on in the inner corner just to bring it together a little more, and it kind of makes like this really cute little cotton candy vibe that I'm really enjoying, actually. I missed some stuff when I was shaving. Shaving is hard, you guys. If you're a lady and you don't have to shave your face, good for you. Although I don't think every guy has the same issues that I have when I shave. Shaving for me is a nightmare. I have really thick Turkish and Italian beard hairs, and then my skin is like German, Austrian, soft butter skin. So I just suffer. By the way, another thing that I noticed is that this palette, one mirror is like a normal mirror, this one, and then this one is just ever so slightly magnified. Not a huge magnification, but it's magnified. Check myself out. But yeah, anyway, that's the day 3, 4? What day are we on? 4? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is the 4th look. Okay, folks, I'm in my bathroom yet again, but I'm really, really loving this one. I am not a fan of the lighting in here. Hold on, I'm trying to show you the teacher at Halloween time vibes that I have going on. For this look, I wanted to focus more on the purple shadows. I was basically just going in with anything that I had not already used. So all that was left were these purple shadows. And as far as I can remember, this one called Rose. I don't think that I used that one in either of the more pink or red looks that I did. I know I swatched it, but I didn't use it. So what I did was I took Rose all through my crease and under my eye. Obviously, I deepened up the outer corner with Dark, which I did actually use. Dark I used, now that I'm thinking about it, I definitely used that one. I deepened up the outer corner with Dark. Then I took Dagger on like the inner part of the lid. And then obviously this beautiful like kind of duochrome shade. You can't really see it, but what is the name of that one? Called Tragedy. I took that one all over the lid and it's gorgeous. I did cheat just a tiny bit on the inner corner. I did go in with my highlighter from Odin's Eye, Moon Talk, which, I mean, I don't really think that it's cheating to use your highlighter as your inner corner highlight or even a brow bone highlight. I just, for the purposes of like a one palette for a whole week kind of video, it like kind of feels like cheating, but it's not actually cheating, right? But yeah, doesn't this give you like cool teacher at Halloween time vibes? I really, really like this one, this look. And then like with the lip and everything, this is totally the kind of vibe that I am about. I want to see if I can get like the duochrome to show up. There it is. See, it's like kind of a green gold sort of a situation, which is why I thought that the green highlighter would look really nice. This angle is not particularly flattering for, you know, my face. Look at me. But it is showing the shift. Okay, enough of that. Sorry for the shaky cam. But anyway, really, really digging this one. Oh my God, can you hear the flushing? My neighbor just flushed her toilet. But anyway, yeah, I definitely really, really like this one. It's definitely one of my favorites that I've done so far. I didn't do a good job blending this blush in. I used a cream blush. I used my Fenty cream blush and I kind of just like dabbed it on, and everywhere else I ended up getting it to blend in nicely, but this one spot, it's just a little more intense than the rest of it. Anyway, that's not the point of the video. Okay, folks, this is look 6, right? Friday? Yeah. This is look 6. This is the penultimate look of the video. And today I kind of decided that I was just gonna let my face makeup kind of decide for me what I was gonna do. So I wanted to use some of the stuff from the, if you saw my video unboxing the Unearthly Cosmetics old branding palette, there were some things in there that I wanted to use today. And so I kind of just rolled with that, and it kind of was guiding me to do this kind of warm red look. I hope it's not too similar to the first look that I did, or even the second. But I did do things a little differently this time from what I did in the first look. So let me just tell you what I did. I took the middle shade Love and I did like my whole crease under my eye. That was like kind of the basis for everything. And then I went in with the deeper red called Quill. And I just covered my whole lid with it. Then I took the black over on this side called Death, and I did just like a little bit of kind of like a winged liner sort of situation, not super defined or anything, just like with a brush, just kind of went in. And I took that down on my lower lash line as well. And then to finish up, I couldn't remember if I had actually used this one, but I used the shade Comedy from this side. I just took it with my finger, put it on my lid. Super pretty, super nice. And then in my inner corner, I went in with the gold topper shade here called Moors, or what, Moors? Is it Moors? I don't know. So that's what I did on my inner corner. Didn't cheat this time, didn't use highlighter on my inner corner. I didn't highlight my brow bone, but yeah, this is the day 5 look, my Friday look. You'll be seeing this look again on Wednesday because I'm gonna film my Wednesday video now. Okay, and this is the 7th and final look for the week with this palette. This one, I kind of just wanted to use some of my favorite shades in the palette. Mostly I just wanted to use this one again because it is a duochrome, maybe even a little bit of a multi-chrome. It's super duper fun. So I kind of based the look around that. So that is Tragedy. This one here, hopefully I can show you the duochrome aspect of it. I don't know why, but it's really hard to show on camera. Like you can kind of see it, but I don't know. But I knew that I wanted to do like a pink or a red on the outside and then keep it pretty cool on the actual lid. So through the crease and, oh, actually just through the crease, I used something else underneath. Through the crease, I used Rose, just like, and then actually underneath, I took Romeo, which is actually a shimmer shadow. I don't know how much you can see the shimmer. I feel like mostly the base is showing up, so it kind of just looks like I took Rose down there. But I did use Romeo. On the outer corner and a little bit underneath, it doesn't lend a ton of depth because the shimmer is actually a bit deeper, like the base on the shimmer is deeper, but I did use on the outer corner this one here, Dark, the purple. Obviously I really like this shadow. This is like the 3rd time that I've used it, and honestly when I put that down I could have gone lighter on the lid instead and it still would have looked gorgeous. Like I put the purple down and I was like, this is so nice, just like the purple and the pink, and I don't know. But then on the inner corner, I used the topper shade Cupid. And I did take it up a bit. Oh, you can see that perfectly. It's so shiny. But I took it up a little bit. I didn't want to like bring it to the center because I wanted to leave that duochrome as like the main focus there. But I pulled it up a little bit, tiny little bit underneath. I pulled it in. Did I do anything else for this? I literally just put this on and I don't even remember what the hell I did. No, I think that was it for the eye look. But let me just tell you what I have on my face. I didn't really do that for the rest of the looks, but today is like my actual filming day. Everything else was just like, oh, look what I have on my eyes. Hey, future me cutting in here. I was just editing the video and I realized that I should probably give like an actual review of the palette because I feel like that's kind of needed, right? I just spent a whole week with this thing. I should probably talk about it a little bit, right? I don't feel qualified to give like a real in-depth review of any makeup because I'm still pretty new to this stuff. But I just want to tell you my thoughts on the palette. First off, I think that the sparkly shades are amazing. I mean, look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Let me turn on my ring light. I don't even think that that affected anything, but I think that the sparkle is so gorgeous. And, you know, like the gold shade is gorgeous. I think that the shimmers are really, really nice in this palette, and they do build really beautifully. They go on really nicely with a brush, but they go on even better with a finger. And then in terms of like the color story in general, I think that the color story is super cool, super versatile, super fun. A lot of things that you can do with it. Obviously, I did 7 different looks, and most of them were pretty different from one another. I did kind of revert back on the last 2 days to like doing my favorite things, but that's just a me thing. Like, I probably could have pushed the boundaries a little bit further with this one, but didn't feel like it. And then when it comes to, you know, the quality of the shadows, like I said, the shimmers are great. The blendability of the shadows is really nice. The only one that I think I had any issues with really, I mean, I feel like I always have a little bit of an issue with black. I have a hard time with black. I feel like maybe I should probably be using less because I have a hard time with it. Just when I apply it, I don't know, that I think that's just a me thing as far as I'm aware. But then the only other shadow that I had an issue with was the deep blue shade, which is not surprising because deep blues are hard to formulate and they're often hard to kind of blend out. That's the shade called Poison that I'm talking about. Look, I have my bear. He's my little buddy in my little box from Unearthly. Yeah, I guess that's all that I wanted to say about the palette. So back to your regularly scheduled shenanigans. I'm using my Lancome foundation and concealer. Spoiler alert for the Unearthly Cosmetics Valentine's Day mystery box. I am going to show you one of the products from there, so skip ahead a few seconds if you don't want to see it. But this is the Surrender Glowy Blush Palette. I use this shade here, Passionate, on my cheeks. And then I topped that with this beautiful kind of duochrome highlighter. Is it duochrome? It looks like it's shifting kind of pink. Yeah, it's duochrome. From Kaleidos. This one is Moon Cruiser. That's what it looks like. Oh, for bronze and contour, or I guess mostly just contour, I did use my one size. I said this before, I actually, when I make my brows darker, I don't usually do that, but when I do, I just take my contour shade and I just take it into my eyebrows. Is it blended well? I don't know. I did that today. If it looks good, good for me. If not, whatever. Do you ever do that though? Do you ever just take like your contour and put it through your brows? It makes them look darker. And on my lips, I wanted it to kind of at least match the vibe of the eyeshadow. So I use a ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Heart On. That's that. And then I went over it with, ooh, this is so pretty. I love this. This is Unholy from About Face. It's just like a sheer kind of blue. I can see from this angle that there's a duochrome aspect to this, and it's like shifting kind of pink and purple, or pinky purple, but primarily it's blue. So there's that. But yeah, tell me what you think of all the different looks. Tell me which one is your favorite. I am kind of conflicted. I loved a lot of the looks that I did. I really loved the first one, the 6th one, the one that I did yesterday. They're kind of similar, but I love them both so much. I also really loved the one that I did, what was it, the 5th one on Thursday, where I said I looked like a cool teacher at Halloween time. This one kind of goes along with that vibe as well. Just less emphasis on that kind of green thing that I kind of injected into that look. But yeah, I guess that's it, right? do I want to say anything else? Oh, I have this. This is another funny dichotomy thing that I have going on today. I am wearing this shirt that my mom gave me like years ago, and I never wanted to wear it because this is not my vibe. I'm not like trucker dude, super patriotic. But then I like cut it and made it a crop top. Look at my fat belly. I'm a fat slut. Yeah, I did that, and I don't know, it just kind of changed the whole energy of the shirt and made me want to wear it more. Because I could be like, I don't know, it just feels like a statement, right? It's like, oh, I'm a guy wearing like a ridiculous crop top that I cut, but it has like the eagle with the American flag. I don't know. It just feels like, you know what, I'm American too. I'm not the, you know, gun-toting trucker dude, but I'm still American. I don't know. I have my rights. That's kind of the vibe that I feel like this shirt gives. Anyway, I think I've said all that I need to say. And maybe a little more than I should have said. Hope you enjoyed my fat belly. Hope you enjoy the looks. Hope you like my little bear. Remember when he judged me in that one video? It wasn't really him. It was just me being mean to myself and using him as a conduit. But yeah, here's the look. Here's the video. I'll be seeing you on Wednesday. Oh, speaking of which, I upload every Sunday and every Wednesday. So if you're new here, subscribe and you can check me out every Sunday and Wednesday. Okay, that's all. Have a good day. Have a good week. Bye.